Well, hey guys, Chase the Recom Actual. So, I want to talk quickly about LPVOs versus red dots on rifles. So, a lot of new gun owners in the country, and everyone's looking, maybe not everyone, tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people seem to be looking for that rifle to do everything. And they want to know, should they go 16-inch, 14.5 with the pendant welded? Do I pay for a tax stamp? Do I get a pistol? How long are pistol braces going to be approved? What barrel length do I go with if I'm going less than 14.5? There's a lot of different questions out there, so I'm not going to answer all of those today. I wouldn't presume to have all those answers for you. I'm just going to give you my thoughts on LPVOs versus red dots on your general purpose standard AR-15 16-inch barrel gun that you're going to hopefully be able to find one day again in stock in gun stores near you. So, LPVOs are, in my mind, primarily valuable because they give you the ability to observe things at distance. Not necessarily take shots at distance, because as civilians, in 99.9% of circumstances we're going to find ourselves in where we would have a defensible, as in defensive in court shot, we would take something that is legally permissible for civilians to do. Most likely, you're not going to actually need magnification to make those shots. Probably, again, right? Caveat, yes, we all can come up with in extreme circumstances where you might need to take an extended shot at range with a magnified optic. But hopefully, the main value the LPVO is going to give you is the ability to look out at distance and observe things and be able to maybe avoid them, which is also a good option a lot of the times, especially when it comes to not getting shot, which I have on good authority is not a good thing to do. The other, of course, use case is if you have a 16-inch general purpose rifle, you will probably be able to shoot a variety of ammunition out of it. Again, if you can find ammo, thanks 2021. But you maybe are using it for hunting of some variety. Now, depending on your state laws, you may or may not be able to hunt with 22 caliber or 223, 5.56 ammunition. Here in Virginia, we can't, but of course, these rifles come in a variety of calibers. So perhaps you've got different uppers, something like that, where, hey, I want to be able to use this as a defensive rifle, home defense, maybe a truck gun, and also go out and do some hunting with it. In that case, an LPVO actually could be a really good option for you, because you can certainly take those shots at longer distances and observe game at longer distances where there's not going to be less chance of them being aware of you. So that's certainly a use case where LPVOs may be more applicable for a wide variety of options. Now, something I would encourage you to do if you have the money is do something like an offset. So that's actually why I have this rifle set up in the configuration I do. It is my general purpose rifle. It's a Modern Material Ace. Modern Material is a great company. They're out of Jersey. We've been working with them for a while now. They make some of the nicest rifles I've ever used. And the reason I have the LPVO and the red dot set up the way I do is that if I am using this in a situation, that I am forced to take a defensive shot on an aggressor, I would almost certainly use the red dot. It's faster, and it's probably going to be at up close distance, because that's typically the kind of shooting that civilians get into in the rare case they ever use rifles in the first place. He's dead. However, I do have a suppressor. We have a couple of farms around here where they have damage permits, which basically is it's a state law that says that for animals that could be damaging to the farm's crop that they make money off of, you're allowed to harvest those year-round. And so we go out there and we participate in some of that. Sorry about the wind. So that LPVO comes in really handy for that kind of stuff, for hunting cases. So again, I've got now a rifle where I can hunt, I can defend myself. I've got a light on it for either shooting at night or using it for a defensive case and home defense, something like that. It's a general purpose rifle. So that's kind of why I have it set up the way I do. In fact, that's not kind of, it is the way. It's why I have it set up this way. So does that make sense for you? Well, I don't know. It depends on where you live, what environment you live in, your budget, those sorts of things. I have a completely different setup that I carry in my truck all the time, because that's a very different use case. I'm able to do that because of the industry I work in, and that's pretty cool. Doesn't work for everybody, so if you are sort of thinking, I got the money for one gun, I want to do as much as I can, what do I set it up for? How do I set it up? Where do I put my money? If you really just got that one gun and budget's limited, I would encourage you probably just go with a red dot. Get good with iron sights, have those, and get good with a red dot. Another option for red dots is a magnifier. Holosun released a magnifier, I believe 2 years ago now, that is actually a really, really quality optic, good glass clarity. That's not terribly expensive. Previously, Aimpoint and EOTech were the real magnifier game in town, and those were definitely expensive. You weren't looking at too much of a cost difference between the red dot and the magnifier. Then you put into an LPVO, in which case I understand there being some consternation on the buyer's part on where to go, what to buy. Now, with Holosun bringing that different option to the market, there's a pretty good case to be made for buying that red dot, putting a magnifier behind it, and that way you've got your fast target acquisition optic and the red dot for most of your use cases, and maybe you're doing something else where you want to look out for a little bit farther or take a longer shot, you got the magnifier. So there are some good options out there. Now, have I answered your question? I don't know. I hope so. Have I given you more to think about? Maybe, also hopefully. Bottom line is, think about the realistic cases where you're going to probably use your rifle. Try to spend your money there. More importantly than anything, no matter what you do, what gun you have, please get training. Because no matter what gear you have and how cool you look, it doesn't matter if you can't shoot well. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Train hard, live free. See you next time. Oh, hey there.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm dicking around.